Well, this is all about the land and building and other fixed asset given here. So, in the fixed asset, we can see the options like land and building, machineries, office equipment, vehicles, electrification. Everything is listed here. And once you need to fill any of this data, just click the add button here, and you can fill the particulars. Like, for example, in the case of land and building, the land and building will be a separate entry. Like, if you need to purchase a land, you can give the options like land, the amount for the particular thing, and if you have any subsidy available option here, then you can go for this thing. Like, if you say 20% discount subsidy is needed for the land, then you can avail that option here, and those things will be reflected here. And if you don't need to have this entry, you can close it easily, and multiple entries can be added using the add button. And the same thing to machinery equipments. You can add the machinery name, you can add the supplier name here, the rate per quantity can be added here. So if any subsidy needed, you can add that option too here, the drop down. Multiple machineries can be added after clicking the add button. Same thing for office equipment. And if you still have any confusion regarding what all are these machinery, office equipment and other things, then you can go through the question mark option here. You can see the details of the option here, and the total will be listed here. The total option will be here. The total net investment, total subsidy, net investment, everything will be here. And continuing for that, we can go to the next page where uh, this is the means of finance page. Uh, we can see like the total net investment listed here. So whatever be the term loan you are expecting, you can give the percentage of contribution from your side. Contribution is like your margin. So normally 25% will be the margin banks are expecting a minimum. So 25% you can give here. So the rest of the amounts will be displayed as the term loan. And you can have the explanation here if you have any confusion. And regarding the working capital, we have the consumables or stock in hand, work in progress, finished goods, working expense, receivables, and payables. Consumables means like the stock that you may expect can be given here. Work in progress can be given here. So after adding all these things, you will get the total working capital here. Receivables is the amount that we are off to give to our, no, like receivable is the amount the client is actually off to give back to us, and payable is something that we are responsible, we took credit from the customers. And total working capital will be displayed here, and here also we can put the working capital loan that you are expecting. Maybe you can say if you are looking at around 60% of working capital loan, then you can put that here. If you need any subsidy further, you can add that subsidy too. Subsidy will be deducted from your own contribution. And coming to the next page, it's the finance, the expense page. So here we can see the rent. We can add the option for rent and the total amount for that. And each year we can give the percentage increase, like what will be the expected increase in rent further on each year. Here it's 10% increase for the first 2 years, and after that 15% increase, then 18% in the fourth year, and the final year it's 25%. So you can add this same option here. So once if you have any other options to in the rent to add, you can give it here, particulars, amount, and the uh, expenses expected in each year. So you can edit these expenses like as I'm giving here. And the same thing for salary. Salary is actually for people who are directly into the production facilities. And salary, admin, office equipment, everything you can add the same way. And here if it's a incorporated company, then you can give the dividend percentage. Or else if it is a private limited or a partnership firm, you can take the drawings So dividend percentage you can give. Like dividend percentage means 20% of the dividend means that will be taken back from profit. Depends upon the share capital. And the fourth option is the sales and revenue. For sales and revenue, you can see product or service in which form, in which way you are getting the money. The source of revenue can be given here. Then the price per quantity and the quantity numbers can be given here. The quantity can also given in the drop down. So this is the annual growth, which means like what will be the growth of the particular source of income in each year. Here we display it as 10% commonly for each year. So now we can change if needed as to whatever be depends upon our conditions. And the profit margin is the the margin that we expect from this particular source of income. Maybe we can say 30% will be the margin, means directly the cost of production and the selling cost is considered here. No other indirect cost or indirect expense will be considered here. So we can say it is a gross profit. The gross profit margin can be added here. So automatically it will be displayed as 10%. You can add up to upon based upon the requirement from your side, and we can put the 7x for the next page. And here depreciation, we can put the drop down, put depreciation from the drop down, and we can go for the next steps, term loan. In term loan, here we have to enter the percentage of interest for our term loan. The tenure can be added here, and here we can opt whether we need a repayment method of in terms of fixed principal or fixed EMI. Then the moratorium period, if needed, we can took from here. And the for interest rate, we can also give the working capital interest rate here. And the last portion is the additional asset page, where we can purchase additional asset in order to manage our cash flow. We have excess cash flow, we can purchase assets from the excess cash flow here, excess cash that you have in hand. So we can purchase for raw materials, we can purchase it on land and building, machinery, anything you can give here. These are the options to add. You can add here. So automatically, as you've seen, this will be deducted from the cash flow. This is the cash flow, cash in hand of our balance, and this will be deducted from here. And for the clicking on save and next, we will get the dashboard where all the details will be listed here. You can maybe, if you need every figures in lakhs, you can convert it to that. If you need to round off the figures, you can put it here. And if only this will be the decimal points, you can give that. And here you can go to change the layout option. And once clicking the preview, you will get the preview for that also. And if you need to edit this thing, you can go back to financials, business info, company info for edit, or else you can go back here and click the generate report for generating the project in the PDF format.